we're working on. And as you can see, I mean, you can't see it on this side because I started knocking down the slope. Sorry about the camera there. But over here, we've dug, 4 feet out about, and we have roughly, for drainage, 1 foot from here to, how many feet that way? Like 100 feet into there, so it's maybe less, whatever. But it's tight drainage. I might be able to make a little bit more drainage once I get out there. But what happened here is the customer wanted an area to, park equipment, store materials, and potentially be able to do some, stack brush or whatever for chipping it later, that kind of thing. Anyways, so we have a berm, you can see from all the material that we've dug out from this. And the berm starts here, goes around, sorry about that. You can see behind the excavator, we stopped dumping, and then you can see where we have the berm starting over here. And it's gonna connect, so that'll be walled off from outside, whatever. And that corner's still gotta get cut out. And then, the berm has to be shaped. And we have to do a final grade on this. So right now, obviously there's some high and low spots. It's clay, it's hard to cut with the skid steer. But right here is about maybe 6 inches high. There's a little mound. Everything else is pretty close. That corner I started to kind of come up a little bit because I'm cutting with the excavator as I go here. And this I just kind of took off, and I didn't measure grade, but I did eventually raise that 6 inches, just because when you're up in the excavator, it looks like you're going down when you're going up, is kind of how I see it. But that's just stuff that comes with time. But I was able to keep it within 6 inches of what I was trying to cut. So once I kind of get everything done and I go to do my final grade and stuff, I'll probably end up taking the excavator back over here, sitting and shoot grade as I go, and then just rake that up because it's easier with the tooth bucket to rip this clay up. But either way, we're making good progress on this project. Like I said, it is tight drainage. It goes down there and then it goes back to a pond. This is a pretty large project for us, kind of, sort of deal. I don't know the exact yardage, but just because of the elevation changes throughout the whole thing, the berms have taken more dirt than what I was planning, but I think we're going to be upwards of 2,500-ish yards, maybe 2,000 to 2,500, if not more than that. And I can also come into this hill a little bit more and kind of round this out. Right now it's kind of just straight across, but I could round it out if we needed more fill material for a berm. And then this here is going to get cut, so it's a slope. This will get sloped. And that's kind of where we're at on this project. It's going good. It's been really, really hot, like to the point where if you get out of the machinery, you're drenched. So that's kind of why I wasn't really shooting grade yesterday while I was cutting this section. That's kind of where we're at on this project. I'm waiting for some parts to come in. I got the wheel seal. I changed the tire on the tag trailer. As you can see, the hole made it here. So I changed the tire. I have a hub that's leaking oil on that, so I need to get a new hubcap. So I'm just waiting on some parts. Got the hubcap coming with the new seal and stuff. Well, actually, I need to measure the bolt circle on the trailer, but like as far as that hub. And then got some other parts coming for other various projects. The dozer needs that pulley, so I finally ordered the pulley. YouTube, it's been a while. I'm here at home. I have little Miss Piggy, and we have a repair that needs to take place before it gets worse and causes, you know, a malfunction. At this point, it's just cracked, and welding it up is, you know, hopefully gonna keep her the right way. And if it keeps breaking, I'm gonna have to look at making some gussets or something that'll go around and I'll weld on. But for now, I think I'm just gonna try clamping it back together and, you know, grinding the crack out essentially, you know, so that the weld bites a little bit better. And then I have a ball joint press. I don't know if you have, it's like a big heavy duty C-clamp, and I'm going to take that and I'm going to run it down on there with the impact and hopefully squash this ram end back together and get it welded up. But let me show you what we got going on here. As you can see, this is the hoist for our dump truck, and there's the crack going across. It goes the full way. And what I think has happened here is that is where the factory, when that chunk of tube was made, like that's where the factory weld was when they rolled it and welded it. So I think that when I welded this back on here, you know, I messed with that weld's temper or whatever, and then it broke. But either way, I got a plan, and I'm gonna kind of show you what goes into that. Don't mind the cobbly welds, unfortunately. Welding upside down wasn't done the best there, but the rest of it's held up very nicely. But this doesn't have to necessarily to do with the weld. I think it's more so the heat has messed with the temperament of the joint in the original pipe. This is the tool that I was talking about. This is the ball joint press, and here's the rest of it. It's got all the spacers and everything. You're gonna see, apparently I have some stuff going on here. That's because the new camera has a or the new phone, I should say, we got some covers or whatever to go over the lenses, because the last phone that I had, I broke those. But either way, that's what that reflection is. And these are the rest of the dies, adapters, whatever you want to call them, for this ball joint press. As you can see, all kinds of different sizes, and they're real handy, obviously, other than even if you're using them for what they're meant for. They make really good C-clamps, heavy duty. We've used them when we were like lengthening like truck frames and stuff like that, you know, clamping the plating onto them so that we could bolt it down, whatever. So this is kind of what we got going on here. Using the press to push that tube back together. I have this chunk of steel here propped up against the box as a safety, and I'm going to end up spot welding the side that that's on. I'm going to have to move it as I go because it's actually not quite enough to pinch that thing together. So I'm going to spot weld this side, I'll move it to the other side, and then I'll try clamping the other side together and then spot weld that and do a weld across. So I've got some horrible gobbly welds, but it's Thanksgiving, so gobble gobble. Hopefully that holds. I think I'm gonna have to look at, like I was saying, making some gussets or something potentially that just go like a U and go up around on the bottom side of that, and then pretty much just get welded along the outside. But so that's where we're at. I'm gonna try putting the box down, and hopefully I didn't just weld the pin to the tube there. And yeah, that's it for this project. I just wanted to get some weld on there so that we weren't fighting it down the road. But Hopefully it's good.